So what's the in-home design process all about? So once we've had our phone call and you've decided to invite us out for a 3 to 4 hour appointment, we'll come out, I'll bring my assistant with me, we'll measure the bathroom, and then we'll sit down at the kitchen table and we will start with the design process. We'll start with the selections. There are 11 elements in the bathroom starting with tile. We're going to go tile, cabinets, countertops, all the way down the line. A lot of the decisions that need to be made are ideally made in the home. The best place to make the decisions is in the home. It's very difficult to run around all over town and look in a tile store or look in a cabinet store or look somewhere at a hardware store and then try to kind of visualize what that's going to look like within the home in rooms that are adjacent to other rooms that might already be decorated or in the lighting or whatnot. So the ideal place to do this is actually in the home, which is why we do that. So we'll bring all of our samples with us. Now, I will say there is endless selection. You're not limited to what we have, but it would make a lot of sense for you to utilize the products that we know we have experience with in terms of quality, in terms of availability, in terms of price point, and those types of things. Because obviously if we buy a lot of product, we're able to pass that savings on to you because we're going to get a better deal. That's not to say that if there's something that you like that's a one-off thing that you have to have, as long as we feel that we can warranty the bathroom, that it's of high quality and that it's of ease of installation and everything's going to be fine, then we would consider that. So don't feel limited by selection. Okay. I will have already discussed with you on the phone about the types of finishes that you like because we'll have looked at the website together and kind of talked about the flavor of the bathroom, colors, types of structures and functions and things like that. And then we'll literally start with tile. And I'll educate you about size, shape, texture, price point, what it's going to look like, functionality, which tiles are better than what tiles. And then we'll move to cabinets. And the goal really is that we're trying to put this whole package together all the while contemplating budget. Because when we get to the end, my assistant's putting everything in the computer so that when we get to the end we can actually look at the number. And the goal being that we've already talked about a preliminary budget on the phone, we kind of know what range we think we're going to be in, and we can look at that number and say, okay, great, ideally the number is right where you told me it was going to be, I love what we've done, let's go ahead and move forward. 90% of the time we get to the end of the design process, we look at the number, we look at what we've done, customer's thrilled, we move ahead, everything's great, sign a contract, and go away. 10% of the time we get to the end of that design process, look at the number and say, yikes, how do we shave this number down? And then I'll stay with you and give you some advice. There may be something that you selected that was very expensive that was really not that important to you. You may say, gosh, if I had known that was $1,000, I wouldn't have chosen it. Can you show me something that's $200 or $300 or $400 that's very similar? And I have enough familiarity with the products that I'll be able to show you those things. And 9 times out of 10, you'll say, that's great, let's go ahead and move forward. And then we can manipulate the scope and manipulate the budget to get it to a point where you're happy with what you're getting and the budget works for you. Then you're done, all the way down to paint color. We've selected everything for the bathroom. There should be no change orders. We've selected tile, cabinets, countertops, sinks, faucets, mirrors, light fixtures, grout color, and every element in the bathroom. And so there really shouldn't be any change orders because there are no variables. One of the main reasons that you experience budget overage is because details aren't determined up front before you sign an agreement. So when we sign an agreement, you're going to get a listing of all the things we did. Everything is there. You know what you're getting. We know what we're giving. And then we can just go away and set the job up. Then we go away. We buy everything we need to build the bathroom. This is critical because what we don't want to do is we don't want to show up, tear out your bathroom, only to find that we have the wrong tile or that the cabinet's broken or that the faucet's missing a piece or something like that. So we have a warehouse. Everything comes into our warehouse. We open every box, make sure nothing's damaged, make sure we have all the right stuff. There's a rack that has your name on it. Everything goes on there. Your bathroom is scheduled for a date certain in the future that you've confirmed with us. Everything goes into a trailer, shows up in front of your house, and our crew shows up, and they do not leave you other than to go home until we're done. And that's how we get them done quickly, and that's how we get high quality. Guys that know what they're doing, trained, who work for us, installing products that we know are of high quality that we have in advance. That's really the magic of One Week Bath.